Okay.
So, okay. So first of all, so Steve, thanks for being my guest today. Not gonna make it all official or nothing like that, but I'm gonna surprise you. I'm gonna bring up
Okay.
something, and hold on. I'm gonna share the screen.
Okay.
We'll see how this
I
works.
got your moment.
Yeah, I got you, vote exactly, dude. Exactly, I got you. But let me see if I find it. The
Yep.
thing is, I'm not good at this, so we'll see if I can find it. Tell us about that.
About that. Oh, the hamburgers. Well, let's
Yeah,
see those hamburgers.
yeah. Tell
Put
us
them
about your
on the.
grill, everything.
Okay, so what I got is master built 560,
Mm-hmm.
and basically it's some people have like Traegers and they have like other grills. Those grills, they're like pellet. They're pellet driven, and they have augers, and they have like these pellets that are like they either have hickory or they have mesquite or whatever. So my grill's a little bit different. My grill is kind of like those, except for now the one I have that you can use charcoal and you can use chunk wood in it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's similar to those, but to me, I think mine gets a better smoky flavor to it. So
Mm-hmm.
as you see the pictures there, I did some hamburgers, and the hamburgers I smoked them for about 30 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and I cooked them about 225. So cooked them about 30 minutes at 225, and I had like charcoals in the hopper, and I had like hickory chunk wood in there,
Mm-hmm.
and it just got a good smoke flavor in there. And I kept checking the temperature, and I think the temperature was probably like 120 degrees. And about that time, that's when I turned it up to the grill mode, because this grill is good because it goes from 220 or 180 all the way up to 700 degrees. So you can smoke food, you can grill it, and you can sear it all on one grill. So that's what I like about it. So when it got up to the temperature and the time that I smoked it, the time that I wanted to smoke it, then I just grilled it on about 400, 450.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably grilled them for about 5, 6 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but the good thing about when you kind of like smoke them first, the hamburgers will keep their shape and their form.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you just charcoal grill them right away at 400 degrees, a hamburger, they come out good, but they shrink.
Mm-hmm.
But I noticed with this, when you just kind of smoke them first and then you grill them, they retain their shape. And
Mm-hmm.
I would keep checking the temperature, because I guess the temperature is like 160. That's when you would consider hamburgers done. So,
Right.
but they turned out pretty good. I thought, it
Yeah,
was pretty good. I was enjoying
right.
it. I hope you. I
Yeah.
heard you had some today.
Yeah, dude, they were glorious. You see that picture with the bun?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
So
We did some asparagus on there too.
yeah. So
Yep.
little bit of healthy thing.
Yeah, just we wanted to try some vegetables, see how they turned out. As
Mm-hmm.
the hamburgers were cooking, I put the asparagus on the top tray
Mm-hmm.
and just let them smoke. And man, they just probably the best asparagus I've had. It is really good. It was nice and smoky, and it was really good. I was pleased with it.
Dude, that's so awesome. That's so awesome. Yeah, I had
Right.
this morning for breakfast. So
Nice.
yeah, they were good. Yeah.
Nice.
So anyway, so
Nice.
what else is going on with you before we get started? What's
No,
new?
not much, man. Just
Mhm.
just not much. I'm like on call this week, so it's just
Mhm.
with work. I got called at 2 o'clock in the morning, so
Mhm.
just never know what's going to happen. But it's always interesting.
Mhm.
But I finally got set up to get a vaccination the
Yeah.
24th, so I'm happy about
Okay.
that.
Yeah, I
Yes,
have to
so
set up for that.
I'm
Yeah. Where
happy
you
about
going?
that.
How'd you do it?
Right.
Mhm.
Let's see. I just signed up on some websites. I think mine I got on Centura Health,
Mhm.
and it was like I think it was Dick's Sporting Goods. They have like where they have like the mass vaccinations where everybody comes in.
Mhm.
I think it's a drive-in thing, but I'm not really sure. But I think they do it during the week, and
Mhm.
you just set an appointment. You can set appointments on Walmart. You can set appointments Walgreens. But this one, I did a few appointments, but this is the one that they finally, emailed me back.
Mhm.
And so I just filled out the information, and then I kind of didn't think it was going to work because I've been led astray before where I thought, I was going to get an appointment and all of a sudden I got dropped. So
Yeah.
that's funny.
Yeah.
I kind of quit.
Get your hopes up.
Yeah, got my hopes up. I kind of quit for a week or so because I was getting tired of making appointments and then, you get disappointed. So it's like, it's kind of funny because I didn't do anything. And then all of a sudden I see I'm getting the email. So I jumped on it and I didn't think it was going to work, but it did. So, but other than that, that's about it, man. So
I tried once. I couldn't get in.
Did you?
I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
I'm looking for something about health, but that was a couple weeks ago. So, okay. So I'm going to show you this video. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Get your input on it. Let me see if I can do this. Okay, here we go. Get your comments.
Okay.
On this. This is why we're here, sir.
Go away right now.
You hear it?
Hey, they've already been
Yep,
called.
I sure can.
They're just waiting.
Let's
know
go.
what? Maybe you should hang on a little longer. We'll see how it goes. Then we won't have to get the report by ourselves.
What is it you're doing here?
So many people have seen this, Steve. I know you have too.
Walk.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, you've been here like 15 minutes now.
Let's go. Walk away.
Keep walking.
Walk away. I already walked away. Walk away right now. You need help?
You got this on camera.
I'm happy to help you. I didn't hit you. There's a difference between
Pretty
pushing
sure you were the aggressor, buddy.
You're aggressing on their neighborhood.
Someone came running.
Walk back.
You better walk away. You walk away. You talking to my wife right now.
That's your wife?
Walk away.
I didn't
Walk away.
Your wife to speak.
Check it out. You either walk away or I'm going to carry your ass out of here.
Dude, if you touch
What do you
me,
want to do?
You better not touch me.
Or
I'm
what?
not arguing
What are you going to do?
You up on me.
Let's go. Walk
I'm not.
away.
I didn't do anything.
That kid's 15
I'm
years
about
old.
to do something to you. You better start walking.
What? That's how old he is?
He's just
Better
15.
start walking.
That's what I heard. I could have that
Just
wrong. though.
15?
Ain't coming after you.
Wow.
You're in the wrong neighborhood, motherfucker. Get out. Get out. Where? Where's your house? What's your address?
Maybe we should walk you home.
Can you believe that? They're gonna walk him home.
You want
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Okay,
Right
what's
now,
your
you're
address?
harassing the
I'm
neighborhood.
not harassing anyone walking through the neighborhood I live in, sir.
Where? 'Cause check it out.
Even if he didn't live there, who gives a shit?
Okay.
We
How
take
long
care
have
of
you
each
been
other.
here?
It's none of his business.
I have never
Nope.
seen you before in my
How long
life.
have you been living here?
That's
Why
none of
does
your
that even
business.
matter to you?
How long have you been
It
living
doesn't
here?
matter. You know what? Get the hell out of my face.
You've been
Get
here
out of my
after
face.
You walked up to me.
Check it out, motherfucker. I ain't playing with you. You either get your ass moving or I'm gonna move you.
You smell drunk.
You want to bet?
Wow, I didn't hear that part before.
I'm about to show you what I can do.
Smells drunk.
Yeah.
I didn't know that
Yeah,
part.
I saw that part. Yeah, I saw that part too.
Walk away.
I'm walking. You keep following me, sir.
There's only
Wow,
one
that's
way
it.
out
I didn't hear that part
Right
either.
over there.
There's multiple ways out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Want to bet?
All right,
Yeah.
let me turn this off.
Yeah, that whole thing is just disturbing.
Mhm.
And it's like this kid is, like you said, if you say he's like 15 or whatever, I mean, regardless, this guy's like bigger than this kid. He's just walking through the neighborhood.
Mhm.
We've all seen people walking through the neighborhoods that we don't know, and it's like we're not gonna go out there unless we have intentions, because we don't want this this black kid walking through the neighborhood, which is pretty much why this guy was doing that anyway.
Mhm.
And his intentions were just to bully him and make an issue, and his was doing a lot of assisting in that too. She was instigating a lot herself,
His wife.
you
you said?
know, saying, oh yeah, his wife is
Yeah.
back there
Mhm.
saying all sorts of nonsense about, yeah, you go ahead and wait here, we're gonna call the police, and the police are gonna escort you out, and all this stuff that she's talking about. And it just caused a lot of issues for nothing. There wasn't any reward for this,
Mhm.
because if you see some of the videos of people showing up,
Mhm.
at his residence, all these
Mhm.
people who were protesting him,
Right.
and they were waiting for him. They did it peacefully for the most part the first time. I think they had even more people the second time, and it was just ridiculous. And he's in the military himself,
Mhm.
and I mean, I'm not a military person, but I know people who are in the military, and
Mhm.
when you do something like that, that can cause you to reduce your rank. I know he was a sergeant or something.
Yeah.
But if you do something foolish where it reduces your rank, it reduces your salary also.
Yeah.
So that was foolish. I
Mhm.
know the commander in that base is a black guy.
Mhm.
So
Oh, okay.
and
Know that.
yeah, so so he's definitely going to be looking at that. And
Mhm.
I know the military is trying to do something different than they had in the last 4 years, where they have zero tolerance for that stuff.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, he had to literally, him and his wife had to literally leave their residence
I
in the
saw
middle
that.
of the night.
Yep.
I mean, how's that a payoff?
Yeah.
And he got arrested.
Interested. Mhm.
I'll have to say kudos to the police
Mhm.
who didn't overreact with this thing, because usually,
Mhm.
the police will overreact and this black kid would have gotten arrested or something. But
Mhm.
they looked
Great
at the
point,
evidence.
Stephen.
Yeah, they actually looked at this thing instead of overreacting, and
Mhm.
they, assessed the situation. And he ended up getting arrested. I
Yeah.
mean,
A
and
couple days later, but he
and I
did.
don't know. A couple days later,
Mhm.
and I don't know what the intentions was with the person who did call the police. I don't know if it was because they wanted to de-escalate this thing, or they thought
Mhm.
maybe this kid was causing the trouble, or they thought the guy was causing trouble. But someone did call the police in the neighborhood because it was getting out of hand regardless.
Mhm.
And like I said, this thing, there's no payoff for this guy. It
Mhm.
looks bad. What's he gonna do when he gets back to his unit? You think those minorities there, the black guys, are gonna respect him more because of that? And maybe they already knew he was a racist anyway,
Mhm.
but it doesn't help.
Or at the minimum, a bully, sir.
A bully,
Let's say if he wasn't a
absolutely.
racist, he's definitely a bully.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know
He
how
is
tall or big this guy is, but he's a huge motherfucker, And you got this
right.
little 15-year-old kid, this skinny kid. I mean, how
Mm-hmm.
tough are you? I've seen those things go wrong though, when big guys approach little guys and they'll get their
Yeah.
asses whipped. And I don't want that. I'm not saying I want that, but I'm just saying, but
Right.
you're this big guy and you go out there and you approach some little kid. I mean, how brave
Mm-hmm.
are you? I mean, what risk really is that for you?
No.
Yeah. And how it
Absolutely.
started was
Yeah.
go ahead, Steve.
No.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead,
Steve.
Rodney.
The mother-in-law was upset. The mother-in-law lives there, I think, and something about the mother-in-law. So he goes out there and confronts the kid, being this tough guy, and it's
Right.
just
Uh-huh.
nothing. And I wonder,
Yeah.
I was watching on social media, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but a lot of people just talking and saying, "I wish he had done that to me." That's what they're saying. He wouldn't
Yeah.
even try
Yeah.
doing that to me. I'm not saying it about myself. I'm just saying that's what they're
Mm-hmm.
saying. But I believe that.
Right.
I believe that if it was you
Yeah.
or myself or
Mm-hmm.
anybody of regular
Mm-hmm.
size or a true adult,
Yeah.
I think it would have been different.
Uh-huh.
It would have went different.
Yeah.
Not saying violence. I'm just saying I don't think he would have had the balls to just come up to and talk to
Right.
me. I don't care what
Yeah, exactly.
nationality you are. Yeah. Mhm.
Absolutely, Rodney. Yeah, like I said, there was no payoff there, and it just
Mhm.
he's infamous now. Everybody knows who
Mhm.
this person is and where he lives, and it's like, well,
Mhm.
that's the cause and effect of doing that stuff.
Yeah.
His intentions were wrong from the get go.
Mhm.
This wasn't just about, okay, there's somebody walking around in the neighborhood. It's one thing if you watch them, but it's another if you go and approach them and you confront them and they're just on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
It's just not a good look. And like I said, the cause and effect for him is he paid for it, and his
Yeah.
family paid for it, unfortunately. But he caused this on himself.
Yeah.
So maybe he'll learn something from it. Maybe he won't. I don't know.
How
But
can he not learn? He got ran out of his house.
yeah.
His wife,
Mm-hmm.
this is what I've read. His wife thought he was a
Mm-hmm.
hero, so she posted this video on.
Of
I don't know how
course.
she had the video, but she posted on social media, and eventually he got
Yeah.
arrested. But
Mm-hmm.
it's just
Yeah.
interesting. as a black male,
Hmm.
really, it gets to me. And I try to separate myself from stuff, but it gets to me that
Yeah.
people will go into somebody else's space. Like you're walking on a private sidewalk and somebody comes out of their house onto their yard and approaches you while you're minding your own business. Something about that gets to me,
Yeah.
you know. So
Yeah. It does.
I
I
don't know
don't
if
know. It
you've
kind
ever
of goes back
experienced
to
something
the,
like that. Go ahead.
well, yeah, I mean, you have people watching you or
Mhm,
something. I've had some instances even at work,
mhm,
and maybe it's because it's the COVID thing or whatever.
mhm,
I've had some people do a double take because I'm on their floor, and
mhm,
that could be because of COVID, but sometimes you just have a funny feeling about the way
mhm,
people act or whatever. I mean, I know because of COVID, some people have been gone for a long time, and we've been there in this building the whole time since COVID's been there. So some people, I'll try to give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they're just freaked out because they see people on their floor or whatever, and they don't want to be around anybody. But
mhm,
I don't know. I've had some instances where I thought that was, you have a feeling as a minority, you kind of have that instinct or feeling that
mhm.
something doesn't seem right
Always.
when somebody acts differently towards you. So there's been some
Mhm,
instances. I mean, for the most part, people have been pretty good,
mhm,
during this, with the COVID and everything in my job or some of
mhm.
the businesses I got to deal with. But there's been a few you just feel funny about it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, totally. But
Yeah, because uh most of the stuff that happens to us people of color, we can just ignore. Like, oh yeah, I got an instinct about you,
mhm,
but you can ignore it because they're not in your space. Um,
mhm,
but but if you're walking on a sidewalk and somebody comes and approach you, now you're in my space. So you have to deal with it.
yeah,
And I loved the way that young man dealt with it. I mean, he wouldn't win in a physical battle for
mhm,
sure, but the way he dealt with it, it didn't
yeah,
make it worse. Like the guy couldn't justify it. And he pushed him. You don't put your hand. I don't know about you, Sammy,
uh-huh,
but I just cannot stand when people put their hands on me. I can't stand when people block my
yeah,
way. I can't stand when people put their hands on me.
mhm,
I'm not saying what I would do or not do, but it's just like something, don't touch me. Like in that way. And friendship
yeah,
touch me, but
yeah,
in that way, please don't touch me.
yeah,
There's something about it.
yeah.
That's all I
No,
have.
we'd be rolling around on the ground if that guy had done that, like any of us that they put their hands on. It's
Mhm,
one thing to get in your face. That's already
mhm.
disrespectful. But then if they
And
touch you,
dangerous.
yeah, and dangerous.
Mhm.
So yeah, that would cause definitely a confrontation doing that kind of stuff. So it's just
Yeah.
that's why you just don't do it. I mean, and there's a parallel because when you think about, I know we haven't talked about it, but that Latin black guy who got pulled over in Virginia, the guy
Mhm,
who was in the military fatigues because he had
mhm,
that new vehicle, the new SUV, and those cops pulled him over.
mhm,
I mean, he was pretty calm during the whole situation when the cops had their guns on him and was telling
mhm,
him to get out of the car. And even when they maced him,
mhm,
he was still pretty calm. He kept his composure and he was
mhm,
telling the officers that, he didn't really trust the situation. He was afraid he's going to get shot or whatever. And
mhm,
then you look what happened with this guy here, and I guess I think that was South Carolina, someplace. I think it
mhm,
was South Carolina. But
mhm,
and you look how he acted. I mean, why? This
mhm.
kid didn't do anything to you, just walking down the street,
Yeah.
and you acted like a total lunatic,
Yeah.
and they're gonna frown at him in the military looking at that stuff. It doesn't make the military look good. It doesn't make his
Yeah.
unit look good.
Mhm. I agree
The
with you.
Latin black guy who got pulled over, they were actually saying he did a good job. He kept his composure. Never saying that in the military. So they were proud that he did that. They weren't happy what happened to him, but at least they said you kept your composure, didn't do anything stupid. So
Yeah, because military people I have the most respect for in the world. You know what I'm saying? You almost like when you see them, you almost want to like
mm-hmm.
in a restaurant, you almost want to buy their food or something, or you want to shake their hand, whatever it is. So you
Yeah.
don't want our military people
Mm-hmm.
acting like this guy represent because that's not military, you know. That's something else.
No, no.
So
Absolutely not.
yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
just yeah.
Mhm. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna
But
tell a story, but tell us about the situation when remember the lady who saw you and she downtown. Tell us about that reaction. Do you remember? She saw you. I don't want to give it away. She saw you.
oh,
Yeah.
oh
It's kind
yeah,
of
I
funny to
know.
me.
Yeah, I know. I went downtown.
Yeah. It's just-
Yeah, I know. I went
it doesn't have a lot
downtown
to do with
one
it's just
night.
a
It
little
was
do with
probably
talking about.
about.
Yeah.
It was actually kind of shocking to me. I was like, "What?" I was looking around, but
Mhm.
yeah, no, I went downtown one night. I think it was about might have been around between 8:30 and 9 o'clock,
Mhm.
and I got lucky. I found a nice parking spot on the corner by this building because I was meeting a
Mhm.
friend down there,
Mhm.
and I parked down there, and you know, got out of my car, and I was looking to go put some money in the machine, whatever for the toll or whatever,
Mhm.
and I saw some lady like walking towards me,
Mhm.
and she was like clutching her bag and
Yeah.
looking
Yeah.
over at me funny, and she was
Yeah.
walking by, and I was like, I was kind of looking around because I was like, is there somebody behind me or something? Because she can't be looking at me. I just got out of the
Right.
car.
Right.
I got out of the car. I'm clean dressed. I'm
Yeah.
clean dressed. I'm dressed in normal clothes. I mean,
You're not angry
and
or
the way
hostile
she
about
kept
nothing.
staring back at me. I'm not
Yeah.
angry at hostile. I just got out of the car.
Mhm.
And she's just like looking at me and clutching her bag and kept looking
Mhm.
back at me as she was walking by. I was looking around. I was like, she can't be looking at me. I don't know what
Mhm.
was going on there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You
that was
kind of
just,
thought it was funny though, didn't you? Or no?
yeah, it was kind of weird. Because
Yeah.
I've been working downtown for so long that
Yeah.
you see strange people all the time, but
Yeah.
that's just when you're working. So
Mhm.
I guess it wasn't really a surprise because
Mhm.
there's just so many different types of people downtown. But it was just,
But she tried to make it
I was
obvious.
just like, wow.
Didn't you think that was? I
Sure,
mean, I
she
know you
made
thought it
it
was odd.
obvious.
She tried to
Oh
make it
yeah,
so obvious
that
that
was
she's clutching her
intentional.
back. But she was still. She didn't
Yeah,
run from you. Like I've seen this is
no,
years and years ago. I've seen people who saw me. They
yeah,
literally crossed the street. That was years and years ago,
yeah,
because they were afraid.
right.
But
Uh
somebody who's
huh.
just clutching their bag and walking, is that really
Touching your
fair? I
bag,
mean,
and you have
what
all
is
these
this?
people.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that
broad
was an
daylight.
attention getter there.
Exactly. She's
Yeah,
sending a
right.
message.
That was an attention getter. She was just there's all sorts of people walking around. So it's not like
Yeah.
we're in a busy intersection.
Yeah.
There's lots of people walking around, and just I just happened to get out of my car, and she's like
Yeah.
looking at me weird.
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
Wow, man.
like something you see in a movie or something, or
Yeah.
it's just kind of weird, man. It's like,
Disgusting.
okay, whatever.
Disgusting. I know
Yeah.
I got one time I got on an elevator with somebody. Um, it's where I worked. So it's just where I worked. So it was just a new person. And I just got on
Hmm.
the elevator. And it was early. It was 7 o'clock in the morning. But there's security there. There's everything there. We got cameras everywhere in this building.
Yes.
And this person acted like they were scared to death of me in this elevator. So, and she was kind of backed up against the wall.
Yeah.
So when they do that, I just kind of
Oh
step
no.
forward. I don't say anything. Usually polite, I say
Hmm.
good morning to people, but she
Yeah.
was so scared. I only saw that one time. I never saw her again.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
this, it was the
Wow.
weirdest thing.
What an impression she made.
No doubt, man. It was so annoying. It was so annoying. You know,
Yeah, because it makes you just as uncomfortable as them when they're doing that stuff.
it was uncomfortable, and
When
I was
people do
annoyed.
that, yeah,
Yeah, and I was annoyed.
yeah,
Yeah. I was like,
because you're like, I work here.
yep. How do I
I work
work?
here. I
I've
mean,
been here for years.
uh-huh,
Yes. You knew.
exactly.
I ain't seen you before. I should be afraid of you. You know, you're the only face I don't see.
Absolutely.
But she's
Right,
afraid of me.
right.
So it's funny.
Yeah, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
trip. That's a
Yeah.
trip.
Dude, I don't have much more.
Interesting.
I know I was going to talk about some other stuff, but we'll get that to another day. I didn't see that video on that police officer. I mean, not the person in the military was so calm. Sometimes I just won't watch this stuff. I've seen so many of them. They get
Yeah,
a little angry. But I know one of the guys.
Yeah.
Why did they pepper spray him? I'm just asking you because I didn't. Why did they pepper spray him?
Oh, they were pepper spraying him because they didn't think he got out of the car fast enough. They didn't think he was listening to their orders. He was asking questions like, "Why did you guys stop me? What's going on here? What did I do wrong?" And it's like, holy cow! They tried saying, I don't know if they told him there or if they had told him afterwards. They thought he didn't have any tags on his car. And when you look at the video of the body cam, you can see the freaking tags right through the back of his window. He had temporary tags because it was a brand new SUV. So that wasn't it. But I guess because he wasn't comfortable stopping in the middle of nowhere with police and him being a minority. So he kind of drove I don't know if he drove like a mile and a half to the gas station somewhere lighted. So these guys are already amped up already with that, but they just wouldn't listen to reason. It's like, come on, he's got temporary tags. This guy got military fatigue. So obviously he's in the military, and I'm sure they've dealt with military people before. And, they just really overblew the situation and made it worse. And then they just end up pepper spraying him and, got him to the ground and did all this stuff. So it just overdid it. So, so really no reason for them to pepper spray him, but they did it anyway. So
that's the thing. It's like, why go to that length? I mean, I guess I see you're a little upset. I'm going to talk to you about the other thing today too, if you have time.
Okay.
Just going to do it. But I guess I see why you may be a little bit upset, but professionalism, I don't get going that far on it,
Right.
I mean, I don't know, man.
And that's the whole point, it's like you're the police officers, you want to de-escalate the situation. I mean, holy cow, you don't want to escalate it. And that's what they seem to be doing. It's like they're throwing water on the fire, they're throwing fuel on it. And there's just no reason to do what they did. And it just, the one good thing about what happened with that guy and the other, the sergeant in South Carolina or wherever, is that there was a somewhat of a good conclusion to it, that at least there was a little bit of justice. That guy got arrested, the one in South Carolina, and then one of these officers got fired, the main culprit, the one who pepper sprayed him, he got fired. And I don't know what they're going to do to the other one yet. That still remains to be seen. But at least there was some kind of conclusion. So there's a little bit of change, because usually these officers, nothing would have happened to them, and they just continue to do the things that they do, at least the rotten ones. So I guess we'll see what happens there.
Well, you said cause and effect. So the thing is, like, I do respect police. I mean, I just do. And I've been many times. I know you have too. And I don't have too many situations where it didn't work out good. I have two. I'll tell you about those.
Yeah.
Where it just was just fucking odd. But even then, I worked through, and I'll tell you about that in a second. But in general, I just try to be respectful, because you really have to be. You be in that mindset. I'm never really afraid. I'm just not. But a couple of times I was shook up. But when you see stuff like this, that's why some people may be afraid. You can cause and effect. I mean, people aren't afraid for no reason, they're afraid for a reason. And I believe vast majority
for a reason.
Yeah, for a reason. I believe vast majority of police officers are pretty decent, because I've met them. But it's those ones that aren't decent. Those are the ones you're worried about. You're not worried about the decent ones,
Yeah.
And all you need is
absolutely not.
They talk about bad apples. One not decent one can fuck up your whole life. And I'm not talking about killing you. I'm talking about just ruining your life with an arrest. Just brutality. That kind of shit. One person, you can't have that. So that's my thing, Steve. Thoughts?
Well, I mean, to me, it's like, like I've said before, it takes years to build something great.
Mm-hmm.
and it could take minutes to tear it down,
Mm-hmm.
which is the easy one for people. The easy one for some people is to tear things down. And that's kind of what some of these bad officers, even though they're not the majority, but it's easy for them to tear things down. And when they do, it just ruins a lot of people's lives and causes a lot of problems, making the good officers look bad.
Mm-hmm.
And the hard thing is to try to admit that you have a problem with some of these police officers and getting them out.
Mm-hmm.
The easy thing is to ignore it,
Mhm.
and that's gone on far too long.
To blame the
There's a
victims,
difference.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Blame the victim. Oh, he didn't, he ran, or
Yeah.
he, took off in his car, or he looked like he was reaching for a weapon. We've all heard these
He blinked.
excuses over and over again. Yeah, he
He
blinked.
coughed.
You've heard all this.
Sneezed.
He coughed. He sneezed. Exactly. He reached for
Motherfucker
his
had a
forehead
shadow
or
on him.
something
That
like
shadow was something.
that. Yeah, exactly.
You know
Exactly.
what?
So yeah.
So like, there's this one time I gotta tell you two stories. When Ian
Mhm.
got into a car accident,
Right.
him and Christelle got into a car accident, and they had to take Ian to the hospital. The police officer on the scene came up to the hospital just to see if Ian was okay. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. That's awesome.
Isn't it? Came to the hospital
Yeah.
just to see if he was okay.
Hmm.
And
That is awesome.
it was badass, and it
Yeah.
it ingrained this image to me how powerful and how I can respect police. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And so when I'm pulled over, I
Hmm.
always keep that in mind, that that's what's out there.
Yeah.
He didn't have to
Hmm.
come.
Hmm.
He talked to me.
Yeah. No, he didn't.
Estelle, just
Uh-huh.
an amazing human being. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I believe a lot of them are like that. But then I had one time, and
Yep.
this guy wasn't a bad guy. It just shook me up when I was in a different state. And I told you this story, I believe. But this police officer pulled me over, and
Hmm.
I was confused why I was pulled over. And keep in mind, I was in a different state. He had me get out of the car. I've never been asked. All the times I've been pulled over, I've never been asked to get out of my
Hmm.
car. Ever. I've never been asked to get out of my
Yeah.
car. And most of the
Yeah.
time, Stephen, I don't even get a ticket. Most of the time, I do not get a ticket when
Yeah.
I get pulled over for whatever reason.
Right.
But
Right.
but I just don't. But he asked me to get out of my car,
Hmm.
and while we're walking back to his truck, he has a truck with his dog in it, a German Shepherd that's in the back with a
Hmm.
cage.
Hmm.
He's telling me that how
Right.
sometimes they find drugs, and he's conversational. He's not like whatever, like a
Yeah. Yeah.
nasty kind of dude. He's just conversational, but he's telling me how
Hmm.
sometimes they find drugs on people and they go to jail that night. He's telling me all this stuff, right? While we're going back to the car, but I don't say anything. I go back, and I can
Yeah.
tell he's nervous. I don't know why he's nervous, but he's nervous. But so we sit back
Hmm.
in his car, and he's asking me where I coming from. First of all, he asked me like 3 times, "Is this your car?" 3 or 4 times. Now, you know what kind of car I drive? I drive a Honda.
Yes. Right.
not a fancy car. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's white.
Right.
It's a white Honda.
Uh-huh. Right.
So
Yes.
so it's nothing. But he kept asking me
Exactly.
that. I don't know why. But I'm not
Yeah.
saying he's a bad guy. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's just odd. That's all I'm saying. So I go back to
Yeah.
his car,
Uh-huh.
his truck, and I sit in there, and he's questioning where I'm from, where we're going, this and that. And he wants to know, the state, all this stuff, my job, where I work. He's just going on and on. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway,
Yeah.
and of course, there's nothing on my record. There never is. But he says he's going to go question my
Hmm.
family now to see if our stories collaborate. It's like, what the
Wow.
fuck is he looking for? You know what I'm saying? It just shook me up. What
It
the
wasn't
fuck is he?
enough, huh?
It
Wasn't
wasn't
enough.
enough. And the thing is, my family's scared to death, right? And
Yeah.
I had to. Christelle's always overly protective, scared in these situations. She always wants. She's questioning them when they question. She does that kind of stuff. She didn't do it this. She actually did this time too. And I had to
Yeah.
just calm her down for a minute, just chill, just let it go, let me get
Right.
through it. So
Yeah.
anyway, but me and him had a conversation. I developed a mini relationship with them. I explained how my family is scared or whatever it is. So just be patient with them. That's what I explained, because I don't know what Christelle's going to do with her mouth. But he goes back there, he questions them, and then he comes and leaves me in the truck, right? And then, so it's fucking weird. Leaves me in the truck. And so, as a man, I'm not there to protect my family. It's that kind of a thing, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, he questions him, then he comes back, and then he lets us all go and all that stuff. But it's like, that's my worst situation. I've never had any situation.
Yeah.
Most situations, they just pull me over. Do you know what you did? Whatever, ticket, no ticket, whatever it is. But so it was just the oddest fucking thing. And I was shook up for a couple of days. Shook up so much that the next day in the same town, this black guy rear-ended me, right? He rear-ended me at a stoplight. And the damage was minimum. He didn't have his insurance with him, and I wasn't willing to call the police on him. I wasn't willing to do it. So I just made an agreement with him. Okay, I'll call you later. You give me your insurance information later. Anyway, he blocked me. Mofo blocked me.
Yeah.
Could get a hold of him.
Right.
Shit. But I wasn't willing, Stephen, to call the
yeah.
police on this guy because of what I went the day before. I didn't trust it.
Yeah.
And I didn't do it. Yeah, that was the weirdest thing I went through. That shit the whole family up for about 2 or 3 days. But you know what? Got through it.
Right.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's like he was determined to get you on something, though. It's like, what the heck? He talked to you, you have no record, he's gone through all your information, asked you questions.
Yeah.
And now he's got to go talk to the family. It's like he can see that you're, it's like I said again, it's almost like the one in Virginia where the guy got pulled over with his military fatigues. The officers didn't want to see it. They just saw he's a perp. We're gonna, run him in. Determined to run him in. That's almost like kind of what this officer was trying to do. He was just looking for anything. I mean, gee whiz. I mean, the good officers are looking not to arrest and just looking to find a solution. The bad ones are looking to be arresting machines and and cause havoc. And I don't know. He's probably done that quite a bit to other people, so it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, and it's like, what is he looking for? And you never know what officers are looking for, so you want to be cooperative, in my opinion. But what the fuck are you looking for? You know what I'm saying? And I remember one officer had pulled me over, and I had a trailer on the back of a U-Haul truck. So something was going on. Oh, one of my lights was out, right?
Okay.
He spent 30 minutes trying to help me fix this light, Stephen. A police officer.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's some amazing police officers out there, but every now and then you run into this.
Absolutely.
And that guy didn't even give me a ticket. He didn't even give me a ticket.
Right.
Just the pain and the experience.
Right.
But no ticket. I really got the ticket. Save me the pain and agony. Give me the fucking ticket. No questions. Don't ask me to come out of your goddamn car for your dog and sniff me if I have drugs. That's what he was doing. Just give me the fucking ticket and move on.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly, Rodney. Oh my goodness. That's funny, because I remember I got pulled over in Canada once. And I got pulled over because it's when I moved back there and I still had my Colorado plates on the car. So that was why they pulled me over. But I kind of did what that the military guy did in Virginia. I wanted to pull somewhere. I wanted to pull off somewhere where it was safe for the officers, because they had a campaign going on where they, were talking about how officers are getting run over in the street and stuff like that back then. Wow. So I was like, well, let me find a better place to pull over. And I pulled over, and I can't remember, it might have been a gas station or something. Yeah. So I had to drive. It wasn't quite a mile. It might have been half a mile or something, but I did pull over, and then, in a gas station or a lighted area. And then the officer, asked me what was going on. And he said, well, I noticed you had Colorado plates on. And he said, you did kind of drive a little ways. He was like wondering what was going on. I said, well, I just wanted to make sure nothing happened when you got ran over or something by a car, because it was just like a 2-lane road.
Mhm.
So there wasn't a real shoulder there.
Yeah.
So
didn't
that's
say
kind of
that.
why I did that. And he understood it. But he understood it. He's like, oh, okay, no problem. And they just asked me for my license registration and had a little brief conversation, why I was here from Colorado, what was going on. And, I told him everything and he was good with that. And he was out of there,
Mhm.
so it didn't lead to anything. But that was a starkly different, scenario than what you had to go through there. And you
Just
said that
one
was
time. I don't know what
in
state it
Nebraska or
was.
Kansas? Yeah.
Omaha. Where's Omaha? I mean, it was
Yeah,
Omaha.
Nebraska. Uh-huh.
Nebraska, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's in Nebraska.
Um,
Yep.
and I've had two experiences. One I was walking, the other was the driving, and that's the only
Mm-hmm.
one that was just odd. I mean, sometimes I'll get pulled over and they'll say why they pull me over. Like one time, an officer pulled me over and says, "Well, you didn't have your blinker on," and I was like, and I didn't see, argue with officers, right? There's no point.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not
Yeah.
out of fear. You just don't do it. It's just not smart. But I did have my blinker on.
Yeah.
I know that for a
Mm-hmm.
fact because that's what I do. I'm the blinker king. I
Yep.
always have it on, man. But he pulled me over. I feels because
Right.
he couldn't really see my because I had just bought that car. It was Christel's truck and the black
Yeah.
the windows is tinted back there. So he
Or
really couldn't see
tinted.
it. Yeah, he couldn't really see it. I think.
Yeah.
So I think that's why. But he didn't write me a ticket either, and I didn't argue with him. And
Okay.
he let me go. He let me go quick. He let me go
Mm-hmm.
quick. It was like 5 minutes, quick. So
Yeah.
usually it works out
Right.
pretty good. But some things defy logic, and when a guy pulled me over, I don't know why you pulled me over. He says that he couldn't
Mm-hmm.
see the state I was from. He said I was covered. It was covered because I had some sort of thing around my plate.
Mm-hmm.
So he couldn't tell. He says he couldn't
Mm-hmm.
tell what state I was in. So I mean, I said okay. But when something defies logic and you get pulled over, it's
Yeah. Yeah.
it really shakes you the fuck over, man. It does. It shook my kids up. It shook my wife
Yeah.
up. It shook my kid. My
Mm-hmm.
kid was with me.
Yeah.
Just for a little bit. But the thing
Mm-hmm.
is, I didn't make it worse. I did not make
Right.
it worse.
No. Absolutely.
The fuck
Yeah.
you pull me over for? Whatever.
Yeah. What you
Just
do?
cooperative, conversational.
Yeah.
It was what it was.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but we got through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be scary, man, for sure. But
Yeah,
they're
it was a
odd.
different state too.
I know you said, yeah, in a different state. Yeah.
Yeah. But I tell
Absolutely.
my kids,
Different state. Mm-hmm.
yeah. But I tell them, if you're going to jail, just go to jail. You'll get out. You know what I'm saying? Like if
Yeah.
they make a mistake or
Mm-hmm.
something happens, you're going to jail. So what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just go.
Gonna go. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Just go.
Yeah.
Resisting all
Yeah.
this stuff ain't gonna help you. It's not gonna help.
No, gonna make it worse.
It's gonna make it worse.
Gonna make it worse. And that's how I see it too. I mean, I'm like, okay, if they were, misidentify me as somebody else or whatever, or maybe the cop is being a jerk or something. If they take me to jail, okay, I'm not gonna say a word.
Nope.
You just take me to jail and we'll deal with it there,
Because you got no choice. That's the smartest way to deal with it.
Yeah, you have no choice. Yeah, you're gonna go to jail. If they're gonna take you, you just do it. And don't, like you said, don't make it worse. Don't go running. Don't take off in your car. Don't fight with them. Don't give them an excuse. Yeah. Don't give them an excuse. So
just keep cool, be calm.
Yeah.
What happens, fucking happens.
Mm-hmm.
Just go to jail. I've never been to jail, but
yeah.
But if you go to jail, you go to jail. This time it's like it ain't the worst thing.
Go to jail, you go to jail.
To you. Yeah. I mean, we're running so we can avoid
Mm-hmm.
jail. I mean, what's the deal? Just go to fucking jail for the night or 2 days, whatever it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. None of us would want to have to do it. That's for sure. But that's what it is. That's what it is. I mean. Mm-hmm.
But the other thing is too, like I was going to talk to you a little bit about this, not too much, but the Daunte Wright situation, the kid that got shot in Minneapolis, where the lady thought she had she thought she put out her taser versus a gun. What's your thoughts on that?
Either way, it doesn't help the family. I mean, whether it was a mistake or not, the kid's dead.
Mhm.
And it's just overreaction again, where you see, a police officer shooting and killing somebody for no reason. I mean, like I said, whether she did it by accident or deliberately, I mean, that's up to debate. But at the end of the day, he's dead,
Yeah.
because they had a gun out, because the police officer grabbed a gun. I mean, it's just insane. It's like, how many more times does this have to happen?
Mhm.
And how many more instances are we going to hear about that have already happened, but because they're going through the court system to find out about getting the footage released,
Mhm.
kind of like with the officer or the black military guy, Latin guy. I
Mhm.
think that happened December. The military that was in Virginia. I think that happened last December. So how many more cases are like that, where
Mhm.
they're waiting to get go through the legal system to bring out, an injustice? I mean, it's just something that keeps going on. It's just, I don't know. It's got to change, and I think people are fed up with this. It's something they have to be held accountable. It's like we have more gun death violence in the United States than any other place in the world. It's like, and then we had another mass shooting today in Texas. I don't know if you heard about that, but
No, I haven't heard about that. What happened there?
yeah, there was like, I don't know the full details so far. There was like 3 people who got shot and
Mhm.
killed.
Mhm.
And, it's been the last month. We've had like, I don't know how many mass shootings. It's been like almost 20 or something. So,
Mhm.
when you hear all these things, but not to go off topic, but,
No, it's all good.
but yeah, but yeah, I mean, the one in Minneapolis, that was just another foolish mistake or
Mhm.
intention. I don't know. It's just, it shouldn't happen, and
Yeah.
we'll see. I guess they charged her, the
Mhm.
officer who shot him,
Mhm.
and we'll see where that goes. I mean, I don't know. What do you think about it?
Yeah, so I got what makes me think it's like it probably was an accident, you know what I'm saying? It
Mm-hmm.
probably was.
Mm-hmm.
But the only problem with it, Stephen, is the boy cried wolf. They all say it's an accident,
Mm-hmm.
or they all try to justify it,
Yeah.
or they all lie about it. So it
Yeah.
creates this distrust. So even
Mm-hmm.
when you finally get to a situation where actually it was an accident, nobody believes it, nobody
Yeah.
cares. We've seen it too many times, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it could have just been an
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
accident. But because you talk about cause effect, but because it happened so many times, here we are. But my main issue, like I know the kid didn't want to be arrested, he was scared or whatever it is, and we talked about why there's fear there.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know how
Mm-hmm.
somebody's going to act when they're afraid. I mean, you really don't, because
Yeah.
I've only been scared in my life, really scared maybe twice, and one time was when
Mm-hmm.
Ashley was 2 years old and I thought she was choking and she couldn't breathe. I was scared
Yeah.
the fuck to
Yeah.
death as I was trying to open her mouth
Yeah.
and get what I thought was in there,
Mm-hmm.
but she was having seizures.
Mm-hmm.
So it scared the
Yeah.
shit out of me, man. But nonetheless, you
Right.
don't know what you're gonna do when you're afraid,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but my issue is, so here he is. I guess he's kind of minding his own business. All of a sudden, he's getting pulled over. So he's trying to be cooperative, but then
Mm-hmm.
now something's wrong because they're going to take him to jail. So now he's afraid. It just is weird. But
Mm-hmm.
at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
my issue is, why are we pulling people over? That's my issue.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
he's not a criminal. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't rob the bank up the street. So now you have a suspect. You know what I'm saying? So why the
Yeah.
fuck are we pulling people over for bullshit? That's my issue. So
Yeah.
the fact that we made a decision, police made a
Yeah.
decision to pull him over for this bullshit, it got into this, you know, where
Yeah.
an accidental death, and so that's my whole issue of it. Is when they talk
Yeah.
about police reform, to me, it's basically leave people alone unless you have something real,
Yeah.
something serious.
That you have no choice.
Yeah, because here we
Absolutely.
are
Yeah.
going this
It's over
long way
policing. Yeah.
over policing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what it is. You're fucking
Yeah.
over policing. Just like when I got pulled over, the
Yeah.
story I just told, was over policing. Why didn't you even pull me over?
Over policing. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you ask me
Yeah,
all these
exactly.
fucking questions. Then you go question my family.
Uh-huh.
I mean, from that time, I was within 30 minutes or so. Anything could happen in that time. You know, if I
Yeah.
didn't do it right, if I didn't keep my cool, if
Yeah.
I didn't set the example, I set the pace in that whole fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? Not that cop.
Yeah.
I set the pace, and anything could have happened
Mm-hmm.
in that 30 minutes, and I didn't even get a ticket. It's like, and you because you pulled me over for
Yeah.
bullshit. It's like we gotta avoid
Right.
that in the first place, so we don't get to this other shit. You know, if you heard
Yeah.
somebody had robbed a bank or there was a kidnapping, and now you got him in a car and he goes back in his car, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
He's got that
Mm-hmm.
history of violence, history of whatever. But if you just pull over
Yeah.
a regular guy like me and you or whoever, and then
Mm-hmm.
he's scared, he gets back in his car, come on.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts, dude. That's my
Well, look at the active shooters. Yeah, look at these active shooters. How many of them were taken alive after they killed multiple people?
Yeah.
You know,
that too.
somehow these people have been taken alive by these officers. Maybe one of them might have been shot, but they survived. This kid didn't do anything. He just, I mean, I guess they pulled him over because he had, I don't know, air freshener. I guess those are illegal in Minneapolis, I guess, or something. That was the reason. In the mirror, which is a stupid law. You know, it's just like
Who's
you
gonna
said,
know
if they
that?
didn't overreact.
Who's gonna know that? Because, sir, I asked you a question.
Right.
What's the air freshener?
Mm-hmm.
Where are you gonna put the air freshener in your car? You know, I mean, that's where they make it for, right?
Absolutely.
So who's gonna fucking know that? You know, I wouldn't know it. I wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know it.
Yeah.
Who's gonna fucking know that? Because that's what they make them for. I don't know why it's illegal, but it is. Okay, but who's gonna know that?
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah, this is petty. It's petty. And no. It's petty. And the kid's dead for it. And she, you know, she's in infamy now, this lady who did the shooting. I mean, she potentially can be prosecuted and sent to jail. I don't know if it will happen, but it's possible. But her career as an officer is over. You know, was it worth it?
I know. And it's
let him go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know about her history. It's possible she could have been a really outstanding police officer her whole career, 27 years, 26 years, whatever it was. But because they do these stops, you know, here she is in this situation where, I don't know, it was a poor choice. Made, you know, and I'm not sure why she made that choice. And to tell you the truth, I thought about it too. Who knows what any of us would do in that police officers? I mean, as far as making a mistake is what I'm saying. I mean, I'm not a police officer.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to be judgmental in that way, but something does need to stop, you know. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
I'd be curious to hear Tom's take on that since he was a police officer before.
Yeah, I would love to get him on with us. But he doesn't like to do the Zoom stuff. And
right.
I kind of like this arena better, Stephen. Even though we were eating and all this stuff. But that interview with Tom was off the charts, you know, and then the interview was off the charts a few weeks before. Ashley was asking when we're gonna do ours, which I'll do hers in the next week or two.
Oh,
yeah, next week.
Is it gonna be one of those where she comes down, or are you gonna do it through Zoom?
I want to do it through Zoom, but she hasn't decided. I think they want to eat. You know, they want to eat food.
Okay. They want to get hooked up.
To cook something. Yep. So.
Okay.
We'll see. All right. We'll see how it goes. But anything in closing? Anything you got in closing? Any final thoughts about the bully or this? And I respect police. I'm not knocking the police. But we do need to improve. And us as citizens need to improve how we deal with police as well. It goes both ways. But any thoughts in general?
Yes, absolutely.
Before we close out, you know,
it's just
bully or police.
I mean, this is what changed. Yeah. Any of the police and this bully, all the, you know, this is what change looks like. It's like what Dad says. it's not pretty all the time, and it can be ugly, but this is what change looks like. It's not going to be smooth, and it's, it's a crossroads. People have to make a choice. When you're at a crossroads, that's when you get to a choice. You can either do the right thing or the wrong thing. It's pretty simple. There's no in between. It's either right or wrong, good or bad. And the country has to make a decision which way they're going to go. They're going to continue to live like this, or people are gonna, change and grow from it. And this is opportunity for growth, as far as I'm concerned. And these things are coming out in the open, and it's not gonna be pretty. And people might not like it, but it has to be done in order for our democracy to continue. So that's my final thoughts on that.
I agree. And the thing is too, it's so obvious with the filming now that we see what's going on that we can't like seek people's approval, like, because there's things
No.
a lot of people agree with our thoughts, but there's a lot of people who don't, and we can't be seeking approval when we see it through film. You know what I'm saying? Like before we saw it through film, so you have to take somebody's side. So you took the law, the authority side, which made sense, but now you see stuff
Right.
on film
Right.
before your eyes. I mean, those days are over. There's going to be change because the atmosphere has shifted so that people want accountability, and they're insisting on accountability. Like with this guy who bullied this kid, I thought that was a good idea, but I didn't know people were going to do it. I thought it before it happened. They went to his house. They asked, they begged him to come out. They begged him to come out. Let's have a talk. Yep. And that's the thing too.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, Stephen? I'm not saying me and you are this way, even though I know how you are. I know how I am too. But I'm not saying we're this way, but there's a lot of people that I see on social media that, or just people that I know, you're not going to do that to them. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to, somebody's walking on a sidewalk, you're not going to come out and do that to them. Like in my yard, dogs from time to time shit on my front yard. I don't like it. I personally don't like it, but I don't know if I'm going to confront them or not. I haven't caught anybody per se. I see people walking by with dogs, but this is cutting the line. I'll see a big pile of dog shit in my yard, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? But even if I caught the person, even if
unless
I caught
you're dad,
listen, Dad, for sure. Dad will humiliate. You look at
yes, you would.
But even if because I'm not very confrontational, you got to be really obnoxious for me to be confrontational. But even if I caught them, I'm not gonna be like in their. If I'm gonna confront, I'm not gonna be like in their face, threatening them. You know what I'm saying? But I may confront. I may not. I don't know. But the point is, who does that? That's all I'm saying.
Right.
You gotta be careful who you confront. And I'm as I'm talking to you, I'm not thinking about men, because I see women looking at dogs. And I'm just saying, I'm not gonna confront the woman because I don't know what's gonna happen. And I say that jokingly. It's like sometimes you just gotta let go. Sometimes you just gotta let go. Some dog shit.
Absolutely.
All right, I'll clean it up. I don't like it, but I'll fucking clean it up.
Yeah.
I have a dog.
Yeah.
I'm cleaning up dog shit.
Right.
Okay? So,
I'm not gonna overblow it.
Nah, not
cause more problems. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people. My point is that you're not going to confront on the sidewalk who are minding their fucking business, and yet this guy confronted this person who he probably saw as weaker, whatever it was, and like you said, cause and effect. It didn't go well. It ain't going well.
Didn't go well.
He ain't no hero.
No, not going well.
People don't respect him. They may have respected him his whole career.
Nope.
They don't respect him now. It's like, wow, that's what you do. It may not even been racial. I feel it was, but it may not.
Yeah.
Be. It just may have just been. He's just a fucking bully. He's just. I always felt a bully. I watched it. He's a bully, and I felt like, what kind of guy, that's what I was going to talk to you about. I know we're close now. What kind of guy, as big as he is, needs to approach a kid to bully him so he feels somehow empowered? You know what I'm saying? It's like, what kind of guy has to do that? Like, the problem is the guy. He may or may not be a racist, I don't know, and I kind of don't care. But what kind of guy does that? You know what I'm saying? Comes out of your house in your skibbies, barefooted, you know.
Put some shoes on, dude.
Put some motherfucking shoes on. And then tries to get in this kid's face and towers over him and threaten him. It's like, what's wrong with you that you feel the need to do that to feel empowered? Like, I was thinking earlier when you were talking, if I saw somebody suspicious, I do one of two things. One, you know, hide behind the curtains and watch him. I don't know. I'm exaggerating. But you know what I'm saying? Well, keep an eye on that motherfucker. You know, exaggerating, or watch the door. You know, that'd probably be the minimum I would do, or call the police. So there's somebody suspicious outside my house. I haven't seen him do anything. He doesn't have a weapon. He hasn't done anything, but he's just standing. I don't know if something's wrong with him. I don't know what's going on. I might do that, but I definitely am not going to come out, charge him, and tell him to go. I'm going to carry you out. All this bullshit. There's something wrong with the mentality or that situation of that guy that he feels like he has to do that to be the fucking hero. You know what I'm saying? Something wrong with him.
Yeah.
Those are my thoughts.
Yeah. He's definitely got an ego. He's definitely got an ego problem. You know, he's trying to fill it because he's missing something. And guy, like you say, he's got to be the tough guy, try to bully the kid around. And I don't know, maybe he's trying to get admired by his neighbors, or try to, like you said, and I don't even know how the neighbors feel about him, so I can't really say that, but you know, who knows?
I doubt
Probably not.
I think I heard a little bit about it. Yeah.
I doubt that.
I don't think they appreciated it at all. Yeah.
Well, I know they probably don't like him now after all these people have been showing up in the neighborhood. I think there was marching, bullhorns,
bullhorns,
causing all these.
That's the words. Come out now. Talk to us. Bully me.
Yeah. Couple rocks went through the window. So
I heard about that too. And then he's getting escorted out. So where are you staying?
Escorted out.
I don't care where you stand, but
where you staying, man?
There's nothing more comfortable than staying in your own house. And you're not even in your house. You gotta leave, you know? So
I think he was staying on base, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know how. That might be what I was hearing, but I don't know.
It sounds.
You can't be more protected than that, right?
Yep.
You're on base.
Military, Why are you here? I'm terrified.
Yeah.
I'm scared right now.
Exactly, Rodney.
But I just don't like people like that. And it's hard for me not to like somebody, but I don't like bullies. Man. I know what that's like to be. I've been bullied at a time myself, and I will not allow myself to be bullied. Mentally,
nope,
it don't matter. You either. I know you won't.
Yeah,
definitely Tom.
No, I won't.
Yeah, I won't.
Tom definitely won't. That'd be a big mistake for a bully to do that to Tom.
And you, I feel the same thing about you. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, we won't put up with that stuff, you know. But
and I'm not gonna try to make it worse. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna try to make it worse. I'm not looking for it. I'm gonna try to make it worse. It's not about being tough or having fighting skills. It's just about making a stand. That's all. You can make a stand and get your ass
making a stand, exactly.
And still make a stand. And that's why I'm so proud of that young man, because he made a stand. They still, I read later, they still hustled him out, pushed him another time, followed him somewhere else. So it didn't stop there, by the way. It didn't stop there. But you know how that scars people to be confronted that way? But the thing is, the whole world is coming to a support community. But that scars people when you're in doing something and something happens like that. It's just scarring. It reminds me of the Billy Jack movie, Steve, where he's in the ice cream shop and the girl has white powder on her face,
Yeah.
and he takes it off her, and he goes
Uh-huh.
to his little lecture talking about how he scarred her. Your little idiotic act has scarred her for life. And then he turns around and knocks him through
Yeah.
the window, and then he goes
Wow.
out, kicks some more ass. Reminds me of that. Kind of reminds me of that, you know. That's
Yeah,
what he
yeah.
did. His idiotic
Right.
move
Absolutely.
has scarred this guy. And I just
Yeah,
man, that shit.
absolutely, Rodney.
But anyway,
Yeah.
dude, I could
No,
talk to you forever, but I'm not gonna take any more of your time. I'm gonna end it here. So I'll send this to you. But
Okay.
I'll holler at you later. Thanks, Steven, for doing this. I appreciate it.
All right.
Okay, talk to you
Okay.
later then.
Yeah, no
Okay.
problem, Rodney. All right,
See
we'll
ya.
talk later.
Okay.